Hello all, welcome to week 4. This week we will be working on labs 7 and 8. Okay, 7's pretty straightforward. I'll let you work with that and read the manual to get through it. But 8, as you can see, is a little bit different. 8, what we need to do is go to the course documents, find lab 8. Okay, download it and it'll look like this. So we're actually, instead of doing an online assignment, we're going to put together a 3-page report. This tells you about the details of the report, so hopefully you've read that already. If not, go ahead and take a second to do so and come back to the video. What we want to do though is show you how to find the data to make a climograph, and then how to use Microsoft Excel to actually make it. So the first step is kind of the tedious part. We need to go to this website here. We're going to pick a city. It doesn't have to be Jacksonville. In fact, don't pick Jacksonville, Alabama, because it's too small and it's hard to find the data. Try picking a different city. So for the purposes of this video, we'll try Birmingham. This gives you step-by-step instructions on what to do. All right, I kind of have them memorized. So what we'll do is we'll come over to the website. Want to search for data for a particular location. We're going to come up to here. Data sets is hard to find. It's up here, the purple. We want to go to monthly summaries because that's what we need to construct a climograph. Search tool. Monthly summaries, don't worry about the date range. You can search by city or you can search by zip code. Either would be fine. I'm going to search by city, Birmingham, Alabama. Search. Okay, lots of different things, some of which are not Birmingham. Not sure why that happens. But we find Birmingham. And instead of clicking on, we want to click on the actual view full details. So click on that part. It verifies where we are. We'll scroll down. We can click on station lists. Again, all of this is over here. Now, there's a bunch for Birmingham. If you're a smaller town, you might not find the data. And you might find that like some of these smaller areas, maybe 2008 to 2016, that's not going to be good because we need 10 years of data. And actually in a real climate study, you should use 30 years, but that would take 3 times as long, so we're just going to stick with 10 years. Airports are the best. So here's an airport. They have really good data, 100%. Sometimes you'll find ones that have gaps in the data. That's okay as long as there's not too many. All right, sometimes that's all you get, and that's fine. Here's Birmingham Airport. So click on that. We'll scroll down. Again, all this is over here on the document instructions. We're on view data. Now we start picking the years. So if we wanted to just start, 2016 is no good because we don't have all the information yet through December. But if we wanted to do the most recent 10 years, we'd start in 2006 and work up to 2015. I know on our paper here, because I made this a few years ago, the dates go from 2004 to 2013. Feel free to change those. If you can find the most recent 10 years, that would be better. All right, so just since I have the dates up here as they are, I'll go to 2004, view data. Now here's where it gets a little bit tedious. Lots of information. These are the months. One's January, two's February, and so forth. This is the maximum temperature for the month, the average maximum temperature, the average minimum. We don't want those. We want the average temperature for the month. So in 2004, January's average temperature was 43.3 degrees Fahrenheit. So we come over here, 43.3. I have to use the down key instead of enter. The next month was 45.1. March, 59.2, and so forth through there. And now, keeping the same 2004 data sheet up, once you get down to December, we go to January, and what we want to look for is the total TPCP. This would be the total precipitation in inches, tells you right here, inches, for the month of January in 2004. So that was 2.77. This will be a lot more interesting if you have a city that you're interested in. So it might not be your hometown. Maybe you're most interested in your hometown. Maybe your favorite city in the whole world is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, if you're a Pittsburgh person. I'm not from Pittsburgh, but everyone I know growing up was a big Steelers fan because I grew up nearby. Maybe you care about that city and you want to use their data instead. That's fine. It'd be nice to see a bunch of different cities chosen. Anyway, you just got to kind of plug through. February was 5.92. March 3.15. All right, once you finish those columns, then you go back and close that out. Go to 2005, view data. If you're an airport station, you won't find any gaps. Sometimes you'll find gaps, like just meaning an empty space instead of it listing information. If you only have a few of those, that's okay. So 48, I would find my January 2005 now. 48. And then 50.4, and so forth. January's precipitation, TPCP, 1.93, so a little bit less than the year before. You see here now we can start to already do an analysis. So January was drier than the previous year. If you look at the temperatures, it was also warmer. All right. Once you've completed this entire table, I would leave the averages blank for now. And then what you can do is copy your information into Microsoft Excel. So let's take a look at that next. Okay, once you have all of your data in your tables, and I have an older period of time for this, so don't let that bother you. These can be any years that you want to use as long as you have 10 months, January through December. What you can do, this is the beauty of Microsoft Excel, is use simple little formulas, equals average, bracket, and now I just highlight the different months, enter, and now I can have it do that by getting in the lower right corner, dragging it down. Alternatively, you could copy it and paste, and it actually knows that you would want the row next to that cell. Okay, and I can actually copy, paste that down here as well. Paste. Oh, no, I can't. What happened? Okay. It's just not, okay, showing us the decimal points. So we'll go to Format Cells. And we want to number 2 decimal places. There we go, that looks better. Now, what I did is made a new sheet, set it up. This is going to be what I use to create my chart. Actually, you don't need that. This is all you need. So we will start with finding that average temperature for each month over the 10 years. Copy. Now here's where you have to be particular. You have to say paste special, and we want values. If you don't do that, if you just type paste, it's going to try to do that formula again, but there's nothing to pull from. So paste special values. There we go. And if it looks goofy, what we want to do is format cells, tell it number. For temperature, we don't want any decimals. For precipitation, copy, paste special values, and then tell it to format cells, number, 2 decimals. Okay, now here's where we make the climograph, and I used YouTube to help me, and chances are you're not using 2011 Mac Excel, so you might want to YouTube how to do it for your specific version, because it'll be different. It won't be too different though. But we want to highlight the entire thing, just like that, nothing else. We'll just start by telling it to make, let's say, line. Okay. Now the tricky part where I had to look this up was figuring out how to get temperature values on the left and precipitation values on the right. And all it takes is highlighting the particular data that you want. So you see there, this is my precipitation, this is my temperature, and I actually want that to be red. So I'll make them both red to start. If I double click on it, we need it to be the primary axis. That's good. You have a variety of different things you can do. You can go to your axes, make sure it's primary. And then for the precipitation, it needs to be secondary. Keeping the precipitation highlighted, we want to change it to a column. Just the first option, clustered column. Okay. Also want it to be blue if possible. Let's see. Make it blue. Blue. Oh, I didn't have it highlighted. Blue. There we go. That was under Format. So now we have blue bars for precipitation. The values are on the right because it's the secondary axis. The temperature is a red line. Its values are over here. But we need to add titles. So chart layout, chart title, Alabama. If we go to axis titles, we have some different options. We want to label the vertical ones. If you notice, the horizontal ones already are labeled because we have them labeled over here, January through December. But the vertical rotated title should be temperature in degrees, and I can type Alt-0 for degrees on my computer. I'm not sure if that's the same. Temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. Secondary vertical axis, rotated title, that's precipitation. Precip in inches. Okay. When you have it looking sharp like this, you can just highlight it, the whole thing, copy, and then paste it into your final document. Once you have everything on your report, your page 3 here, the climograph, page 2, the data tables filled out, and page 1, which we didn't really talk about, but that is just a half page to 1 page typed report on the 3 things listed here: why you chose your city and where it's located, along with a map that you can get from Google Maps or your favorite website that has maps of your city. That'll be fine, doesn't have to be Google. That's in case I'm not familiar with your town or city that you're talking about. Once you have your 3-page report, though, go ahead and save it. Close out. Back in Blackboard, under Assignments, we click on Lab 8. All right, now we go to Browse My Computer, Desktop, or wherever you saved it. Find your report, open it up, and submit. Okay. If you have any questions at all, let me know. Other than that, I hope you all have a great week, and we'll catch you next time.